Hi everybody, welcome back for another pickups video. It has been a while, and we've been pretty lucky lately, especially in the movie category.
Yes.
Kind of goes in phases, where for a few months don't hit much of movies, and sometimes get flooded with movies. This is one of those months. So we're going to start with DVDs because of that, because we've been extremely lucky, and a lot of sealed stuff too, weirdly. That's also
Lots
very,
of
very
sealed
rare.
stuff.
But first sealed one here, we have South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. South Park, the movie there, sealed, which is nice. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff here. We have the deluxe edition of Resident Evil, and the series, yeah, definitely is not very beloved because it's nothing to do with the video game series, and it turned to crap, but I actually really like the first one. I think the first one, even though there's very little actually to do with Resident Evil, is just kind of a fun zombie flick. Like, I actually think the first one's pretty fun there. We also picked up a sealed widescreen copy of Chicago. That was great, thrift store find, and again, these are all like thrift store find stuff. We're not paying full price pretty much ever for anything, which is great. But I like Chicago, so it's great. You have Renee Zellweger, I really like. I don't really like Richard Gere that much, but then you have Catherine Zeta-Jones, so I do like that. Another one that I know you don't like, but this one was again another fun, dumb action flick, Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt. And actually, I think this is the only Brad Pitt movie we have in our entire collection.
No, we have Interview
with the Vampire. That's right, Interview with the Vampire. So we have two.
We don't like to think about
so yeah, we don't
Brad
have
Pitt
it.
in it.
So nice slipcover release, which is I always like to get that when we do like a widescreen edition, any kind of special edition, especially with Angelina Jolie. I like to collect a lot of her stuff. And then Natalie Portman, we also have most of her films. So we were missing Garden State, also with Zach Braff.
Scrubs.
Yes, Scrubs in there. And we did not have a copy of V for Vendetta, so we picked up the widescreen edition there of that. We also got Mel Gibson, one of the few Mel Gibson films that I like, Braveheart. So that's a great, definitely a worthy Best Picture 1995 winner. Great movie there, Braveheart.
1995?
I know, it's been a long time.
Oh my gosh.
But that, and ones that we both like, the X-Men movies. I don't know about you, but I actually prefer mostly the X-Men movies to the other Marvel stuff, the actual Marvel Studio
Can't
Disney
say that.
things.
Infinity Wars is just...
I know, Infinity Wars just came out, but we did have the first X-Men, but now we have this nice, brand new, sealed, great movie moments
I don't
version
like
here.
it. Looks like it's
like
not
truncated, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
but
like
it was a sealed copy, and it was like nothing. But this is the one that I was excited for. This is the one that I want. So now for this movie, we're only missing the late release Laserdisc. That's it. But the X-Men 1.5 release, this is really, really cool just because of all the extra features that are on an entire disc full of extra features, and there are extra features on the first one, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff and previews of X2 and things like that. So I've been looking for this version for a long time, just never stumbled upon it. And then I guess we'll go through some of your pile here.
some
a lot of DVDs.
We have some Robin Williams 1 hour photo. I love his serious stuff. This is so creepy.
Yeah,
this is such a creepy
definitely,
movie.
I think I enjoy most his family-friendly things, but I feel like a lot of his serious stuff doesn't get the credit it deserves.
No,
and
this
is creepy, like
This
genuinely
is very
creepy.
And it doesn't look like him
Yeah,
most of the
yeah.
time, which is really
Oh,
creepy.
yeah.
But when it's completely different than that, it's a never-ending story.
Yes.
I was so excited to find this, and then I was so disappointed because the audio sucks.
Oh yeah, it does
I have
go
a
up and down
problem
a
with
lot on that release.
I did
yeah.
not like
Yeah.
that. Disappointed. And then we also
It's good
found,
to have a release.
right after that, we found a double feature,
Yep, Neverending Story 1 and 2.
which I don't really care about. After the first one, I don't really
Well,
care
yeah,
about.
definitely, but yeah, the second one's okay. Third one doesn't
even
Third one doesn't have a
exist.
reason to exist with Jack
Ours.
Black and everything, but
And
this
then
is cool.
again, another side of the spectrum.
Yep.
Ring.
I
And
love
this
the
is
cover.
really cool.
Yeah, it's nice slip coverage. And I think underneath just the regular cover.
Yeah, I
right?
think that's just the regular.
Yeah, the regular cover.
Regular one.
But that was cool because we only had this in the full screen edition. So
Yeah.
glad to keep it looks creepy. I wonder if that shows up nice on camera.
Yeah.
But that's cool to have a nice widescreen edition of that movie. A lot of fun.
And then 90s Ghostbuster,
Yeah.
The Men in Black.
Men in Black.
This is
So,
such a great.
another childhood favorite.
I love Men in Black Deluxe Edition. Deluxe.
Yeah. So that's an excellent movie. That's another one where only the first one I really like.
Yeah,
even
that's the only one that counts.
Even the animated series is better than Men in Black 2 and 3. Like, I don't know, this wasn't.
And then the most exciting find out of all of this video.
I genuinely think that is like a top 10 movie for you. The number of times you've watched it,
I don't rank things. But if I did, this would probably be pretty high.
Yeah.
This is the uncut special edition of Step Brothers.
Yeah, 2-disc edition of Step Brothers. That's a lot of Step Brothers.
Not enough. I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to have this on. And you're gonna be so mad.
The number of times we've come home and Step Brothers is just on in the background while she's like listing things on eBay or something, or like cleaning something around the house or whatever. Like, it's on so many times. And we walk in the door, this wedding is horse shit.
No.
We got that, and then this is. I'm glad we didn't have a copy of this.
We did not have. It's so weird because I always think we have copies of things and we don't have it.
Because there's so many that we grew up with on VHS that we just never haven't picked up yet on DVD or anything. So
Princess Bride. Yep. A classic. Such a beautiful, beautiful film.
Yeah, it's a very quotable film, too. I think I've always thought that that's a huge part of why it is so well remembered, is because it comes up again and again because it's so quotable, so it's always kind of like, it resurfaces every once in a while in conversations.
It's just such a classic.
Yeah.
I love that.
But that's a good one.
And special edition. I don't know what's on it.
Yeah, there's extras on here. Yeah. So, and then we're looking for the Criterion. There's a Criterion release of this on Laserdisc. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool.
And then one I really like that I didn't realize you didn't like, because I thought you would like it much more than you did.
Moulin Rouge. I do like Moulin Rouge.
I thought you would have loved this. I thought you would have loved this.
I love scenes in it, but sometimes
there are parts of this that are
sometimes it's a little too spastic for my taste. Like sometimes it's a little too.
That's the part I like.
But it's so schizophrenic in some of its editing. But some individual scenes, I really love the remix of the songs that they did in some of them. I really do enjoy them. Like I think the Roxanne one's probably my favorite.
Despite Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
she's like the worst part of that.
This might still be my favorite Ewan McGregor role though. He's actually really surprisingly good in this. Like surprisingly good.
I don't know about that.
But I don't know. Yeah, so this is one. But yeah, this is one that I like. I like a lot of scenes from it, but as a whole, I think there's some issues with it. That
Nicole Kidman.
No, it's more the style and editing for me. But no, I do like the music from it.
But something that's perfectly edited and perfectly casted. I don't even know how.
No other human beings could play these two roles as well as they did.
This is like when the original X-Men came out, and I was like, "There's no way they could pull this off," and then they did.
Like, wow,
but they
pulled off Wolverine.
But this is a better casting than that, which I didn't think was possible.
Yeah, the living olive oil.
I don't know how. Well, but even Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, he's great. Oh yeah, but he's such a good
Popeye.
He's a good cartoony character actor and like that kind of stuff.
But everybody, everybody in this was perfect.
Yeah.
This was such a good movie.
Even like Bluto and everyone was perfectly cast in that movie. Like, great.
This was a great movie. Yeah. I remember watching this a lot growing up.
Yeah, I miss Shelley Duvall. Now she's insane.
She's alive.
Yeah, but she's mentally she's not on this planet. So
she's lucky.
But yeah,
would you want to be on this planet?
And then speaking of other favorites here, we did pick up
my favorites.
I collect pretty much every version of the Pink Panther movies. And there are a couple of different editions, so we have them all on DVD already. But there's a different series that we didn't have. So we've got the MGM. There's a black label MGM version.
Except for
of
one,
all those.
which is not.
One of them, which is not, because it depends. But yeah, the Pink Panther Strikes Again, which is a sealed one, which was nice to have that here.
Sealed.
And we did pick up two of the bad ones that we actually didn't have copies of at all.
Yeah, I'd never seen that one.
So Curse of the Pink Panther, some of the non-sellers ones we didn't have copies of just in the collection. I'd seen them before, but so we have that one. And then I tortured you. This, if you've never seen this before, Trail of the Pink Panther. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even think it deserves to be called a movie.
No.
I think it is like it's secretly like
I could have made a better
KGB torture device and
in the 90s with a PowerPoint. Like I could have made a better movie than what they made.
I think my favorite part of this entire thing is when they had sound issues when they were recording David Niven's scene. And they couldn't get him back, so they recorded over with someone trying to sound like David Niven, but he doesn't sound like David Niven. So like a multi-million-dollar theatrical release has a huge actor dubbed over poorly, and it was just bad. It's bad.
Everything about that was bad.
It's awful, but one that we have many copies of. We have that on Betamax even
Yay.
But better than that. We actually were able to find a handful of Dragon Dynasty releases, which you just do not find, ever.
And now we're going to get them all.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yes, Amanda found out that, because I wanted about maybe 2/3 of them were on my list to get, but Amanda found out that they're numbered on the side, and they're no longer made, and I already wanted about 2/3 of them, so she's like...
Gotta catch them all!
Yeah, so she's like, why don't we just get them all. Like,
gotta catch
okay,
them all.
so we're gonna get them all. But Michelle Yeoh and Jet Li in Tai Chi Master, which is
that was a good one.
Really, really good one. That was a lot of fun. Picked up that one, and
I like this one better.
Empress and the Warriors. This was really cool too because I don't get a whole lot that's super modern like Donnie Yen. Like I like Donnie Yen, what I've seen him in, but I usually stick I think more to like 70s through 90s from this region of the world. So this was cool to get, and that's part of why I like some of the Dragon Dynasty stuff because there's a lot of Donnie Yen, a lot of more
Yeah, I feel
a
like
little
we don't
bit
have
newer.
any Donnie Yen.
That's the first movie of his that we own. Yeah, like I've seen stuff of his, but and we got some TV series stuff. We got It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, season 7. So we're slowly piecing that together. And we are almost done collecting Seinfeld. Now we have season 3 of Seinfeld, so we're almost done with that. And season 5.
5.
Yes, so we got those. And then we also got...
We got better than Seinfeld, much better than Seinfeld. We got some Buffy. I'm so excited. This is season 4, and then we also got season 3. And season 3 is the awesome
I love
old
this.
school one. That
Those are so
folds
much
out.
nicer than the...
I mean, it has angels, but you know.
Yeah, I'll agree. That is better than Seinfeld.
Much better than Seinfeld.
So much better.
I was really excited about that. And we're still going with.
Yeah, we still have more DVDs.
Still
over here.
more
Remember? Yeah.
DVDs.
And then this is one of the series, the widescreen collector's edition of the Star Trek movies I really, really wanted. There's a whole series of these with the silvery covers on the 2 discs. They're bigger, they're nicer, they have a ton of extras. I really like this series, except the motion picture for some reason is more like a yellowy gold, and all the rest are silver, which is weird. I don't know why that one's special, but so we actually didn't have any of this released. We had these on different forms, like we had this on Laserdisc and VHS and whatever, but glad we got to start collecting these finally. Pick that up, and speaking of Star Trek, I was really happy to find we are very, very close to done with VHS. Like as far as like what we know we really, really want.
No.
You think we're gonna pick up random stuff along the way?
Because
I don't
we
think so.
do.
I
We
don't
do.
think so.
What do we have? What do we have?
We
We're
do.
we're gonna see some random VHS in a moment.
But as far as the stuff that I'm hunting, actually actively collecting, we're almost done. One of the few box sets left, the 25th anniversary edition of Star Trek movies 1 through 5 here, and a beautiful VHS box set. And I think this came out the same year as Undiscovered Country, as Star Trek 6, so that's why it's not in here.
Absolutely miss how they with VHS, how they make pictures out of
Yeah,
them.
you put them together and
They
it makes
never
a
do
picture.
that with
and, like,
DVDs, and
yeah,
it's just
very, very rarely do they do it with DVDs.
it's just
but
so nice.
I was really happy to have this though because this is the collection that we had in my house. We had that in my mom's old place and like in the basement TV. That was underneath in the glass counter thing they had underneath it there.
Yeah.
And I loved watching that, so I was happy to get this specific release. There are other VHS releases, but I really wanted that. And then I guess we will finish up the VHS over here.
Yeah.
So I could hand those over to you, those ones, because we did find in the bargain room at Goodwill, and I was kind of fighting this one guy for him because he was searching because they were spread amongst like 6 different bins. They weren't all together, but randomly grabbed a bunch of Gundam VHS. So we have Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket, and this is the whole thing because it's a short OVA series. So episode 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, and 5 and 6.
I don't know why you were talking to him.
He's talking
No
to
one
me.
ever
I know.
talks to me.
He's talking to me about Gundam.
Yeah, and then he saw that you had it, and then he went and found more.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't talk to people.
I found all the ones I wanted, because then we found a bunch of Gundam Wing. So Gundam Wing, is arguably not one of the better Gundam series, but it's the series that introduced me to Gundam completely through Toonami and everything.
I feel like a lot of people were introduced to
I feel
Gundam
like,
that way.
if it's definitely in the US, if you're a certain age, it was what really introduced me to that, so it's always going to be my favorite. I really like it, so I was glad to pick a bunch of that on
Who's that man?
VHS. Hiro Yui is my favorite. Speaking of, we also just found today, so that was like almost a month ago now.
Yes.
Those VHS tapes. And then today, Amanda found on the shelf, this is really cool, completely sealed with its old KB Toys sticker on here, Gundam Wing Mobile Suit Microphone.
And who didn't want to get it?
That is cool.
Who didn't want to
I
pick
don't
that
know.
up?
Like, it's cool memorabilia. It just takes up like so much shelf space. It's like, I don't know. But yeah, that's cool.
Do you think we should have gotten that, or do you think we should have left it there?
It was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome.
We should have gotten that.
Yeah, so it doesn't work, but I think it just needs new batteries.
Just needs new batteries.
But just,
It's
I'll
perfect.
take it out of the packaging, which may be sacrilegious to some, but I'll take it out and put batteries in it and
How could you?
use my Gundam Wing microphone. So we got that.
I'm sure you'll see that in another video.
Yeah.
Stefan dancing.
Probably. And then we're actually
karaoke.
not done with movies and stuff
You're
yet.
not done with movies
Yeah.
yet. You still have that?
Oh yeah, the
You still have
VHS.
that too.
Yeah. We'll do the VHS.
Okay.
We'll finish that up.
So we also found another VHS. This is a Banjo-Kazooie N64, but Toys R Us exclusive. So we had to pick it up because it's Toys R Us, cool. And I love Toys R Us. Not so much anymore because their clearance is like 5% off.
5% off.
We went in there and it was so disappointing. But this is really cool. This is one of the ones you got in the mail, and it's Toys R Us. And this is, you said you really liked
that was
this.
pretty good, because we had another one, Diddy Kong Racing or whatever, and that was okay, whatever. This actually showed you a lot, and it was pretty informative, and it was a lot of fun. Like that, this is the kind of thing, like, that would have made me want to buy the game. Like, it actually had accomplished, like...
This is a great game.
Yeah.
I love this game. You don't like this game. I don't know why.
I don't mind it, I'm just not very good at 3D platformers. But then we also got, this is cool. So funny. Like, it is 90s attitude in the most cringy way, like not in the cool way, but it's funny. But
this makes me want to go out.
Fuse Video Game Magazine of the Future.
Don't you want to go out to the mall and talk about this?
Yeah. So this was a short-lived video magazine about video games, and
it's volume 1.
Volume 1, yeah, it's a bunch of previews of games. Cool preview about Soul Reaver, actually, and the first Tenchu, and it has some pretty cool stuff here. Some stuff live from Tokyo, talking about the upcoming launch of the Dreamcast. Yeah. So there's actually some pretty cool stuff on here, and as previews, on the back here, Crash Bandicoot Warped, Oddworld, Abe's Exodus, Tetris DX, Xenogears, Shadow Madness, which I did a review of, so it's nice to see that on here. It's like completely forgotten. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Turok 2, Twisted Metal 3, Sonic Adventure, Tomb Raider 3, and Ocarina of Time. They actually put a decent amount of time on that. So it was cool, and it was cool to see it too, not be just Nintendo or just Sony or just Sega. It was one of those just general, like, video games are cool, like 90s and like really cheesy. It reminded me of a really bad YouTube show. Like today.
It did.
It was funny.
But the editing was like, look, we can do this.
Flash and weird Dutch angles for no reason, and suddenly going black and white and flashing back into color and weird stuff. Cool. But we also found today Tenchi Muyo Volume 1 on DVD. You don't really find a whole lot of anime around here. Cooler, in my opinion, You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx, some episodes of the show. I love Groucho, and that was a really funny show. If you've never seen that before. I think the whole show might even be public domain. I know there's a bunch of it on YouTube, so you can check it out there. But You Bet Your Life, Groucho Marx there. And the first Expendables movie, and we saw this in theaters together, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
We saw it in theaters.
Very romantic.
So, yes, it was a date movie, The Expendables, so pretty cool there. And this was awesome.
Awesome.
This was cool because I'm almost done getting all the versions of Rambo that I want in different formats. And we found first we found First Blood, Ultimate Edition, brand new sealed at the thrift store, which was awesome. And this is the version I want on DVD. Found that, and then not long after that, we found Rambo 3 Ultimate Edition, which I just watched last night. And I was like, wow, I was looking for it. Then we randomly went into Ollie's, I think, looking around, waiting for something, and then, to get for a shoe store to open. And then we found at Ollie's Ultimate Edition of Rambo 2. So within a couple of weeks, randomly just at thrift stores, found all 3 of the Ultimate Editions.
Oh my gosh.
And so that was great, and we added a few things that we almost never get to add. I think this is the end of the movies then.
Yes.
We added a few things that we almost never get to add. We never find UMDs unless it's that stupid stealth movie that you see like everywhere. It's everywhere and no one wants it. But you never see movies or like Viva La Bam, like basically like Jackass with skateboards, whatever. But we actually found 2 good movies. We found Jumanji. Love that. This is my favorite Robin Williams movie. I know yours is Hook, mine's Jumanji. And then this is a great movie, Curse of the Golden Flower, and that's really going to be beautiful to watch on that PSP screen, like handheld. Like that's gonna be cool.
That's the ultimate way to watch that movie.
Love that. And then we got another format that we almost never add anything to because I'm not a big fan of it, but Blu-ray and a Blu-ray DVD combo, which is why we got it.
I do like the combo packs.
Yeah, the combo packs I do like to have both, but the Karate Kid, the more recent though with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan, so this is good.
No.
I know. I like the older one better too, but my favorite one is still Karate Kid 2. That's my favorite. But with the cool slipcover release, and it's both copies, so I was happy to get that. If it was just a Blu-ray, I wouldn't have picked it up. But the double pack, for a couple of dollars. So that's finally it for movies.
Oh my gosh.
So that's huge, crazy, and
it was really crazy.
Some random action figure finds here. Do you guys remember this old? I think it was Burger King, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, old Burger King series. There's a handful of them here. We picked up Vegeta. I used to have these because we had these, and then there was also Young Gohan and Frieza, I think Piccolo. But yeah, those are pretty cool. So we
We
found
found
some of
two
those.
pretty close
Yeah,
together.
and the
actually.
bargain bin found that, and then we found another one of Krillin.
That's not
which
Krillin.
Amanda freaks out because he has hair.
It's not Krillin. I don't know who it is.
Is that
but
Krillin
it's
if he's not
Krillin.
bald?
No.
No, this is really cool. That's cool to have.
That's not Krillin.
It's cool to have something unusual, and then I guess.
Oh wait,
What's?
I have
That's right.
some
You forgot. I
toys.
forgot those.
I have
yeah.
some really racist toys, but I remember them from childhood. These are the little raisin people. I love them.
Hearing commercials constantly on the
I really remember these and fondly. I know
Yeah.
they're not politically correct, but they were cute, so I got them.
Yeah, we got those. Yeah. Well, it's actually not. Never mind. Once we get to your CDs, it's actually not the end of the movies. Forgot these over here.
Oh
But
God.
We'll get to those
Oh,
later.
God.
We'll get to those later. I was like, I know I was missing something, but yeah, we'll get to those. So the interesting stuff.
Oh.
Keep going with your stuff.
CDs.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 CDs, and then you got a cassette
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, we got some music. We got a variety.
Yeah, we did. So this is a Stefan thing. This is called Ultra Blue.
Yes.
What's her name?
I don't remember. Actually, no idea who she was. I just thought it was Japanese. But Utada Hikaru.
Okay.
And I actually listened to it in the car on the way home. I was like, okay, it's actually good. I'm glad I picked it up. But pretty much anytime I see a Japanese music disc that's actually from Japan around here, it's like never. So I just buy it no matter how. If I don't recognize the artist, it doesn't matter.
But I
I'll
found
just buy
something
it.
cooler than that.
That is pretty cool. That's a really beautiful case.
This, I don't know if you can read this, because I can't.
I wish you could feel it, because like it feels
it's-
almost. It feels almost like wood, but it's,
It's
not
like a
wood. It's
plastic,
like a
but it's a really cool case.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So cool. And you open it up here, and it's just very traditional Chinese music.
It was
And
beautiful.
it's
Yeah,
it's
on the other day.
it's so beautiful, and it's actually really good quality and
2 discs long. And
2 discs
beautiful manual.
long and beautiful manual. So I was really happy to find that. I really enjoyed it. And you got
And yes, at that same place, then I found a bunch of oddball stuff that, like, yeah, you just never find. But one area of the world that I really don't add a lot of movies from, I don't really watch a whole lot of Bollywood. But I try to watch a little bit from everywhere. Like I always try to find. So I did pick up. We found Bollywood pictures. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pick it up. It was okay. It was very standard, like what you think of with Bollywood, kind of like daytime soap opera with
Over the
random
top,
dance scenes put in, like 2.5
It is-
hours long. Like,
it is strange that they dance.
but it was so it was very stereotypical, but wasn't bad. Like it was enjoyable. I watched it, so I was like, okay, that's
What is
not
that
bad.
in that pile?
I don't know how this ended up in here, but the Muppet movie ended up in here. But I love the Muppets, so Muppet movie.
Who doesn't like Muppets?
Yeah, this is definitely one of my top 2 Muppet movies. So I know you're
No.
Muppet Treasure Island all the way.
Muppet
That's my
Treasure
number 3.
Island.
It's my number 3, but I do love this and just that opening
Muppet
with
Christmas is so
Rainbow
cute.
Connection. That's probably my favorite. The Christmas Carol.
Not Christmas
But-
Carol.
Oh,
Christmas.
oh, I know which one you're talking
That
about.
one's
yeah.
better than Christmas.
So we got that, and I got, this is cool, I'm keeping this sealed. So from Hong Kong, Rob B. Hood, add to the Jackie Chan collection, the
We already
never-ending...
have this.
Yes, we already have this, the Dragon Dynasty release, and we have 2 different releases of this
Yes,
out
we
already.
do.
Yeah.
Now we have 3.
Now we have 3, but so this is staying sealed, because that was cool. That was like $1. And then we also found...
Even better.
Yeah, they had a ton of these, like a lot of them were bootleg and like just like
They're all bootleg.
weird cheap,
They're
like all the ones
they
that
are
all the ones that I
all
got,
bootleg.
all the ones that I got.
We
But they
paid
had
for
a whole bunch
bootleg.
of different Asian dramas from mostly Korean, but it was confusing because what was written on them was Vietnamese, but the names of the actors were Korean, and I was like, what the heck is this? And they are all actually Korean dramas. This one translates to Treasure of the Imperial Palace. This one is what? Love Happy. And they're all different. They're Korean TV series translated into Vietnamese, which is like, it's so strange. But I had to grab them because it's the kind of stuff that you're not going to find over here. And particularly, like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't have English subtitles, whatever. You're not going to find it. I love just getting anything from that part of the world, like TV or movie-wise.
But they don't just dub
oh yeah, it's
over
weird.
it.
This one was really good. This one was a full like redub and was actually good quality. So like I've actually watched a good chunk of this. This was really good. The other ones are going to be a little bit harder for me to get through because
It's confusing.
these 2 are just. I really wish the narration lady would just shut the hell up because you can hear the original track underneath playing really quietly, and you're tempted to turn it up because they don't isolate the voice track and make it lower, and then you can hear the music. The background, like the whole thing's just lower, and then randomly this Vietnamese lady pops in and narrates the whole thing for you in Vietnamese really loudly underneath the other tracks. You have to keep the other tracks so low you can't really hear it, and then she pops in and narrates it for you instead of being actually redubbed the whole thing. So it's weird. I wish I could just turn her off and like just listen to it in the original language, like with the music up high. But whatever, it's cool. I like getting that kind of weird stuff. We also found some other weird things, some cool demo discs. This one from Best Buy, Fox DVD, and if they're old enough, if they're old enough, some of these are great because they have some interesting stuff. They have that terrible Planet of the Apes remake, the Tim Burton one is on here, and Moulin Rouge and stuff. But there's also a lot of really cool behind-the-scenes stuff and previews of DVDs coming out. And this is the one, I think it was this one, right, that had the MASH. This one had the MASH, right?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah, this one had a really good, talking about the new edition of MASH that we actually have on DVD and talking all about the restoration process. And a lot of cool, like, it's just interesting if it's from a certain time period. If it's like mid-2000s or earlier, I'll get it because it's cool seeing previews of stuff that was coming out and things like that. This is another coming attractions one from Best Buy. This one went into video games and music. So, and I bought it immediately, just like Gwen was on the cover, so had to get that. And then now we are actually going to be done. Movies, the last one. So, Run Lola Run, which
Run Lola.
I'd never seen before, and I was like ashamed that I'd never seen it before because it's a very popular over here like German film. We don't get a whole lot of German films over here that aren't like Nazi dramas. You know what I mean? Like
everyone sounds so angry in that.
But like this, so I was like, and because I'm German, I'm like, oh, I should see this, and it's actually really good. I do want to talk about this movie sometime because I really enjoyed that more than I thought. But oh yeah, you're playing this because speaking of Gwen, on the music side, we also got one cassette. We got Tragic Kingdom, so we have that there, and we got the soundtrack to Flashdance vinyl record. So very few vinyl records that I really super get, but a lot of 80s stuff I'll pick up if I see it. So Flashdance is really, really cool. I love that movie. So I am a maniac. Moving on to more sound stuff. We actually found that
We did. We found some books on tape, which I really like. This is weird. This looks really weird. The Birth of a Perfect Child, the beginning of a perfect nightmare, mutation. So this is really cool, and it's narrated. Who's it narrated by?
Oh, it's the Kelsey Grammer.
This one's Kelsey Grammer.
Really
Look at this
old,
picture.
like 89 Kelsey Grammer.
Look at that picture of him. It's terrifying. It's so scary. And then a little bit better quality, probably. I'm willing to bet.
I think
this is really cool.
I like this.
Found this. This is a BBC audio collection of Narnia. Is this? Magician's Nephew.
Yeah.
So really cool, and it's in the really nice case. So I was excited about that.
And it's nice to see that because it's always like Lion the Witch and Wardrobe, like Magician's Nephew, and like there's a couple of them that they like always forget.
Yeah, and those are the ones I like the best. The ones that they never talk about.
I like Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
That's one of my favorites too. I like that one. So, another cool pickup.
Yep.
I guess some.
Yeah, we got other stuff here. Oh, I got. This was cool. We have this, but it was.
Yeah, I was confused why you were getting that.
Perfect shape for $2, and I wanted another copy of Warcraft 3, which is great. So for $2, complete, absolutely complete, in perfect shape, Warcraft 3 Battle Chest. So
now we have two of these.
Yeah, it was literally like just the seal was broken. That was about it, and someone retaped where the seal was. Otherwise, it was 100% like it looks like it was never played. So that was pretty darn cool, just for a couple of bucks.
Pretty darn cool.
That was awesome.
If I do say so myself.
We got that, and then I guess my other oddball thing here that you think is stupid. I like this. This is cool, actually.
So cool.
This TV Guide cup here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it goes through, starts with the 50s with Isle of Lucy, and there's examples of pages from the TV Guide, like times it would air, and some TV Guide covers
the TV Guide
from every decade, ending with the 90s, and you have X-Files. So it's cool, and it's interesting, and it's from like a bunch of interesting eras where I really like a lot of the TV from those times. And you see listings like MASH in the 70s is coming on, and I was listening for like Buffy and like Star Trek, and
but the reason he got this.
Oh yeah, because I saw Samantha when I was looking on the shelf, so I was like, well, I should get that. And then I realized what it was, TV Guide, and it was cool stuff. But so Samantha made me look at it, and then the rest.
But we can't drink out of the cup.
Yeah, you can't
We're
use
not allowed
this
to
because
use
it might fade,
so,
and then you might fade Sam's face. So we can't do that.
No,
but,
we can't.
So we got that, and again, we'll continue on with some of the stuff over here.
We got some books, not a whole lot of books, especially compared to what we usually get.
Yes, yeah.
We got two manga. The first one is Shaman King number 4. And then you have the other one.
Yes, the Warcraft Sunwell trilogy, which we now completed. We found the other one.
We're now done with that one.
We're missing one of those.
Never happens.
Yeah.
It takes forever. We got 2 Choose Your Own Adventure books. We have number 2, which is awesome. This is the new print of Journey Under the Sea.
It's hard to find them at all. So.
And then one of the older printings, number 92, Return of the Ninja. So that was cool.
Yes.
I was excited about that. We also got Thundercats, The Invisible Castle,
Yes.
which is cool, and it comes with pictures. It has so many pictures. It's so exciting.
Thundercats. Ah!
And one more kids book. This is
Yes.
this is you.
This is mine.
not
Pink
me. I don't
Panther.
know why I have this.
Like I said before, pretty much everything Pink Panther ends up in our place.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And then we just got these out yard sailing this morning. This was a sealed pack of TV trivia books from the early 90s. It covers pretty much everything like TV and movies. There's a bunch of different trivia like questions and like a fun kind of game, and there's other ones that are just full of trivia knowledge, and there's one that has like an alphabetical listing of a lot of movies that tended to be on cable all the time, a lot of classic movies. So it's just kind of a cool little trivia collection of movies and TV. And then one, I have my bookmark here because I was reading it last night, the novelization of the original 30s King Kong. One of my absolute favorite movies ever, and I'd never read the book. I'd never read the novelization before, so I'm happy to finally have a copy of it, and a really nice, it's a fairly recent printing. It was a really nice hardcover, so I was happy to grab that.
Then I found this
And
really,
yes,
this really good
yes,
book.
this is much more up my alley, the 1930s, that kind of movies, and then this is much more
I
yours.
got House of Skin.
Yeah.
This is a great book. It feels like skin. Maybe it is skin. But this is a great book. And
Don't read from it.
Inside this book, there was a mystery. And I don't think it was in this. I think it was in something
I don't know.
else.
I don't know why you
I
think
don't
this
know
is funny. I don't
This is the funniest thing ever, and I need the internet's help to solve this mystery. I found this inside one of the books we got. I don't know if you can see him there. He's an
This poor
all-star.
child, he's going to be in his 30s
His
now,
name
and he's going to see
is
this.
Joel Sensig Jr.
Don't
I don't
put
know.
his name on there.
What? That's his name. He is aged 8. He weighs 75 pounds. He is
This is
4
from, like,
feet,
the
4
90s,
inches.
right?
I don't know. We don't know. It could be like yesterday. I don't know. And he's brown belt. So if you know Joel Sensig,
I don't know
tell
why
him
you
to
think.
contact me because he's missing his picture.
I don't know why you think that's so
It's
funny.
like a trading card, and I want to find him.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I have to find him. And then we got one more book series. This is David Eddings. There's 5 in the series, and we found all 5, which never happens.
Yeah, especially that was then like the bargain bins
This was
too.
in the
That
bargain
was not even
bins.
like on the shelf. That was in
So
the
I
bargain
was
bins.
really excited because this
Dug
never
around and found all
happens.
5.
And I couldn't believe it because this never happens. And so for like $1.25, I got a whole series of books. I was so happy about that. So happy.
And then you made some other good bargain bin finds recently.
I did make some other good bargain bin finds. I found for $4 in the bargain room this Wii that works perfectly fine.
Yeah, which is amazing. We never find working consoles in the bargain room. It just does not happen. It does not happen. Yeah, didn't even have to do anything to it. Just plugged it
Nope,
in, put a
just
game in, and
plugged it
check
in.
in.
This is like the second or third thing I found in there. That's really
Yeah.
So I found the SP.
Yep, and they also found the.
And this wasn't in the bargain bin.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't this regular.
No, this was just the regular. This is the one you didn't, the Goodwill you don't like.
Oh, that's right.
So I found a
Yeah.
controller.
360 controller.
Really pretty
Nice.
green. I really like it. And the buttons are nice. So I like the buttons.
And then earlier today.
And then earlier
found-
today, I almost died. Because I never find this
And
anywhere.
you'd think they'd be everywhere. But
I don't understand why they're not everywhere. But I found a Game Boy game. Yes, a Game Boy game. I'm really excited. It's called Gearworks. I can't wait to play it. And it looks perfect. And it was in the bargain bin. So I don't know. I don't know how it got there.
who knows?
It was there for me.
We have one last thing. This is it.
That's it.
That's it. Finally, the last thing
Oh
here.
my gosh.
And this was actually an eBay thing where it was one of those instances where I bid on something and just didn't really think that was going to happen. Like, all right, and then
I didn't think it was
it
going to
happened.
happen.
But it never does because we got an 80 gig PlayStation 3, like absolutely pristine in the box. The seller said they basically never used it, like took it out, used it a couple of times, that was it, and I really believe them. Like, it's sitting in the bedroom right now. It is in perfect shape. There's not a single like fingerprint on it. Like, it's gorgeous, and it's basically brand new, complete in the box and everything, and even came with a second controller he put in, and the Blu-ray remote control here, like a bunch of extras and a couple games he added on too.
Madden.
Yeah, games we don't want, like Madden. I think the Civilization Revolution, I think, came with it, but he just threw in a bunch of other stuff, and like it's basically it was a brand new PlayStation 3, and I really wanted the 80 gig so we could either use it with HDMI or composite, so we could have it.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
It looks like a coffin.
Yeah, I
I
don't
feel
like
like
the way
a
it
little
looks.
person is gonna just.
Yeah, but this was an incredible deal, and the older ones, the 40, 60, and 80 gig, a lot of the stores around here don't even carry used anymore. They stopped carrying completely and only carry like the slims and super slims and stuff, so you can't find like the models that I want. So this was really, really fantastic deal. We were able to get that, but yeah, so this was
Just a couple
insane.
things.
Yeah.
Just a couple things.
Yeah, so this was absolutely nuts, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and join us next time with some other Laserdisc stuff coming up here in the future, and then we have a book sale coming up next month. So the annual library book sale, so look out for that, and have a good rest of your week.